Scouting Combine. Gonna let Jimmy talk all about it here. Said it's been a while since he's been in an arena, so Jimmy, it's very exciting to have you here. Thank you so much. And I do got to apologize right off the bat here. The very first game, I referred to it as the National Recruiting Combine, is the National Scouting Combine. So I appreciate your grace on that one. It's just such an honor to have you here.
I appreciate you being here. And I thought I was just kind of jonesing with Prevost. I didn't realize it was yours. So I was like, no, it's okay. But yeah, no, the last time I was in an arena, I was in full pads.
Okay.
Yeah, going back to 2005?
There we go.
2004, 2005. So back when I played in the AF2 and the AFL.
So what teams did you play for in those leagues?
The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Pioneers.
Oh, yes.
The old WBS Pioneers, that was great. I played with the New York Dragons, up in Long Island. So it was a fun experience. I tell you, I had more fun in the game of football playing arena football than I did in any other level.
So a lot of people, they don't know, exactly what the National Scouting Combine is. We had an event here today. So first off, let's just start with what exactly do you do with the National Scouting Combine?
So I was fortunate enough to be in the NFL Combine 24 years ago. I was a kicker, went to the Hula Bowl, and, fast forward to 2010, I wanted to get out to help athletes, but I was sick and tired of hearing of how players were missing out on real opportunities because there are a lot of combines out there, hundreds of them from coast to coast, that just aren't doing the testing correctly. And I wanted to put a stop to that, but I wanted to give athletes the chance to get to the next level by getting accurate and responsible reporting, data, and give these kids something that I didn't have access to, without all the hype. We're here to give these kids a way to figure out who they are, where they can compete, and how to get to the next level. And if you're not happy with your numbers, you have two options. Go sulk about it or get better. And that's, today, being able to run this combine here in this awesome arena, I got a chance to see some of the local upcoming talent. It was a chance to show them what the most state-of-the-art technology is able to do. And that's kind of cool with our partners involved in Trazer, where we were able to really show them they're getting the closest experience to the NFL Combine. But it all comes down to the people that are working with me, the coaches and the staff that I've been fortunate to have. Some of them have been on board for almost 10 years. And we're all out here to help the athletes.
And you've had some of those players that are, now in a Wheeling Miners uniform and playing in other leagues around. I mean, I believe Jeremiah Flores was one of them that came from the Combine. And then Anthony Prevost. We're glad that you let us borrow him as our kicker, because I know he does great work with you guys too.
Well, it's crazy to think that I've been friends with Coach Resignado for 10 years.
Right.
I've been sending him data and stuff, but I finally got a chance to bring him to the Combine. And he got to see firsthand what it is that we do. But you've got Zellum, Desua, Flores, Cobb, Prevost. I mean, Prevost came to us as a player 4 or 5 years ago, and I just fell in love with the kid. And then, knowing he was coaching in college, I asked him, I said, look, when you're not chasing the dream of playing, do you want to coach with me?
Right.
Would you work the event? And he has been just an absolutely outstanding person. I see how he's relating to the to the fans here and how they reach out to him, and those are the kind of people we work with. That's why the National Scouting Combine has been around. It's not about me. I've got great ideas, and I'm out to help the athletes. But every single person, Coach Wilson, he was my high school coach. The fact that these guys believe in what we're doing and want to help the athletes is really what makes this special. I'd like to think that the high school athletes that came here today, there were some very good athletes.
Right.
There is talent in this area. And our goal was to just kind of introduce it here in hopes to come back, whether it's at the end of the season or next spring, and turn this into a major regional event for this area, because the athletes need it. Everything I'm being told is they need something like this.
Oh, 100%. And, being a broadcaster in this area, I mean, I've been broadcasting since I was 15. So 22 years now, I've been broadcasting, mainly in high school sports. And I agree with you 100%. There's just so much talent in this area. I mean, you go across the river here, you have guys like Joey Galloway, Ben Taylor,
right.
Most recently Colton McKivitz with the 49ers. So there is a lot of talent in this area. About how many events do you guys do throughout the year?
So that's the interesting thing. Leading up to the pandemic, we were really building the whole high school event system because we run one major event for the pro athletes, hence where a lot of these players came from. But we were running a lot of regional events for pro athletes. I told the staff we've got to get back to the high school level because I've got athletes. My daughter played soccer at East Carolina. My son plays for Georgetown. Ran a 4.39.
Woo!
One of the best athletes, in FCS football right now. My next son, I'm moving him in tomorrow to South Carolina to play for my former teammate Shane Beamer. And, we've been to these events. And, yeah, they're fun. You get some cool swag and stuff like that. But, you don't get reliable results.
Right.
They're not running the drills the way they need to be done because at the end of the day, if you're a scout, if you're with the Wheeling Miners, and I'm going to tell you should, pick up a Zellum, a Desua, a Prevost, whoever that player is, I need to be able to look you in the eyes and know that this data is correct. We have a proprietary algorithm that can help these athletes understand where they can compete. I'll never tell a player where he or she can play, or what level, but I can tell them what level they can compete at. And that's the unique part about what we do. So, I'm hoping that the athletes that missed out on this, will see the value. We're actually headed to Charleston June 28th, but I told the whole staff if we're going to get aggressive and get back into this, we need to start running more events. So our goal is, in a perfect world, to run 10 to 12 regional events from coast to coast and border to border.
Awesome. And so, I mean, how could somebody get a hold of you to be able to, get a hold of you to be a part of these combines?
The easiest way is to go to the nationalscoutingcombine.com. It's in our logo right here.
There we go. Getting up close.
You can check out all the videos and everything that's on there. We've got 14 years worth of video on our YouTube page. We don't hide anything. And our goal is to make sure that these athletes have an amazing experience, receive the data that they need. They may not like it. We don't have a lot of guys that come back going, yes, this was the best, because if you're a true athlete, you want to get better. You're never happy. You're not ready to settle. We can help you take all those ingredients, go back to your parents, your coach, your specialist. This is what we need to do to get better. And, the plan is there. The other cool thing about what we do is we try to do the interviews. We want to tell your story, like you and me talking right
Absolutely.
here. When you come to my event, you're not limited to just being a number.
Right.
We want you to tell your story so that if coaches and scouts, Coach Arnold from Waynesburg was here. I know one of the Wheeling coaches. Coaches at, I think, Wheeling.
Yeah, you actually got a player and a coach, Coach Mott, and then Andre London, both coaching over at Wheeling.
So if they're going to look at the players, they could look at the stats. But what if there's a stat, the stats with your story? We want to do the interview. Very few, if any, others do that because no one was doing that for you and me.
Absolutely, and I love it too, just telling that story because you do get that sometimes. With coaches and players, they were like, oh, hey, look at my stats, or hey, look at this guy's stats. But you guys just dig more into it, and that's what I love too. So, Jimmy, I thank you so much, man. This has been a pleasure, and I hope we get to see you more often. And like I said, maybe we can get some broadcasters out to the National Scouting Combine.
Absolutely, I tell you, you would enjoy it because again, at the pro level, we include a game. We have very big aspirations to duplicate what we do for the pro level athletes at the high school level. And trust me, as we enter 2025, there is going to be some amazing things coming. But if you could imagine an NFL Combine style deal like what we put on for the pro athletes and bringing in the top 300 or 400 athletes from high school from all over the country, not because you think he's good or he thinks he's good, but because they will have had to prove it using our algorithm and analytics, then, hey, the numbers don't lie.
Absolutely, indeed. So once again, Jimmy Kibble from the National Scouting Combine. Make sure you get a hold of him there. We would love to see all athletes featured in this. Like I said, guys like Anthony Prevost, Jeremiah Flores, Joel Zellum, all part of this, and you could be a part of this too, and Jimmy can help you elevate your game to the next level. So Jimmy, thank you so much.
What a great place. This is exciting. So I can tell you, I don't know anyone that can compete with them. That's why we told them, you know, if other indoor teams and other leagues aren't paying attention to what we're doing, the case study is right here on the field.
Absolutely, indeed. So, Jimmy, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and let you go here. We have about 4 minutes.